Hi guys, welcome to another book review. So in preparation for Valentine's Day, I decided to read a book where I was like, oh, that might kind of line up with, Valentine's Day, since usually a lot of people view this group of characters in a romantic light. I was wrong though. The book is totally different. We've taken this group of characters and definitely overly romanticized the hell out of them. One of them in particular. The book I'm talking about is Phantom of the Opera by Gaston Leroux. So originally the author started out as a lawyer. He decided he hated being a lawyer and started writing books. Usually he would write crime novels. So this was a little bit of a departure for him, and when Phantom of the Opera came out, the book wasn't very popular, by the way. It just wasn't. Now this is probably his most popular book that he's written. Funny how that works, huh? So we have really romanticized a creepy, crazy person, okay? By that I mean the Phantom, Opera Ghost, Eric. In real life, Eric would be on death row, accused of multiple murders, probably rape and kidnapping, drugging, like all the things. He would have just been accused of all the things. Yeah. And because in the book, that's exactly what he does. He kidnaps Christine. He to me, the rape might be debatable. You got to remember, they implied a lot of things back then. But I mean, she's passed out in a boat. She wakes up in a bed. Because in the book, they make it very clear that he's like tortured people and killed people in his past. I don't think him taking advantage of a girl that's passed out is too far-fetched. Sorry, I just don't. Yeah. I think it's really interesting because this basically kind of kills most of the romanticism that we've built up from the success of the Broadway play. And I'm guilty of it too. I love that play, love that soundtrack. I love that movie. The one with Gerard Butler. Yes. Just yes. But if you go back and you look at some of the other movies of Phantom of the Opera, which by the way, this is probably one of the most remade movies as well. So there's different Phantom of the Operas, I'm sure almost in, from 1930s on. Like you might be able to find one almost like every decade, every other decade, something crazy like that. They remade it quite a few times. I'm sure some of the originals are probably closer to the plot of the book. The older and the closer to modern times you get, probably you're getting the more romanticized version of this, where they kind of downplay how creepy the Phantom is. So if you want to find out how creepy he is in real life, if you want to find out how creepy he is for real, you need to read the book, okay? I would say it definitely kind of kills a little bit of how much you love the play. Doesn't mean you can't still love it. You can. But this definitely is a nice reset and oh yeah, he's a crazy person. Shouldn't be a choice. You should definitely want to live above ground, Christine. Yeah. So it's definitely less of a tough choice between these two men in this book. I would definitely say it's, for a classical book, it's pretty easy to read. There's not a lot of different, the vocabulary isn't so old school that you're like, what did they just say? So you're still able to kind of, get the gist of everything that's going on. It's not a problem. But yeah, the main reason I ended up reading this is because I thought, might be appropriate in regards to a post for Valentine's Day. It's not, but but that's okay. Because I think it still proves a very good point that we tend to really romanticize a lot of creepy things, right? Yeah, we really do. We enjoy that. And even in real life, sometimes, and I'm sure you've seen it, like serial killers get a lot of fan mail or like women wanting to marry them. We don't know 100% why these things happen or what kind of phenomena is occurring in this individual person's mind, but we do tend to really romanticize some figures and people we shouldn't, and I think this is probably one of the good ones. So if you're into like crime shows, or if you like the show You on Netflix, this could be right up your alley. You know, see how creepy the guy is. He does take a woman to live underground. There's a parallel in there. Silence of the Lambs, another good example. Slightly different, but you know, serial killer obsession, creepy person, that kind of in that realm there. Yeah, I would definitely say feel free to check it out. Especially if you enjoy reading. This is a classical book that's actually pretty short. I think it's only like 250 pages, so it's not that bad. And I do think that it definitely changed my perspective on the characters in the Broadway play. So don't get me wrong, I'm still listening to that soundtrack. I would still watch that movie, but I think from now on, I'm always going to remember how truly creepy the opera ghost is. So if you read this book, you're going to get a little bit of a reality check, and maybe that's kind of a good thing. Anyway, happy Valentine's Day, or Single Awareness Day, Galentine's Day, whatever it is you celebrate. Nothing, that's fine too. Till next time.